Nice. Okay. Just for the purposes of explanation. Okay, so here. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. There's a black dot. Right? Go away, cat. I'll try to get the frame on it. Okay, Ryu's foot is lined up with it right now. I use that black dot as a visual cue. Okay. So, jump dot. No, I didn't even swing the sword there because I want you to see this. Okay. And jump. So, because, like, if you use this black dot as a cue, like, you're never going to jump right at the dot. You're going to jump with it's like Ryu's sort of going to be straddling it, right? But you want to use it as a cue right there. Okay. And I didn't swing the sword again. Now, when do you swing the sword? So, as long as you jump the visual cue correctly, there are 4 frames that you can actually successfully complete this. If you go too far, you'll never get it because your sword will miss the hit scan. It's better to jump early. If you're going to miss, it's better to miss early and jump here. See? Because then you'll stick. Now, you might still get boosted. So if you're going to jump early. All right, so you might still survive. The run doesn't die. If you jump late, you'll always die. See? You just can't get the hit scan. Hey, what's up, ZK? Thanks for the good luck. So here. Yeah. So, somewhere between early and late, right? You have 4 frames. Ooh, no. See, that guy's like, no, don't do it. Don't teach him. Don't teach him this, please. Please don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. They never kill me. They just leave me alone. No, don't teach him this. All right, so 4 frames. You get 4 frames as long as you take off in the right window. So there's a timing for the sword, right? So you learn this in low percent. You slice the sword as soon as you cross the face of the sprite. I didn't swing the sword. There. So right as he's coming down across the face. Like you want to stick your sword right in the face of the sprite as late as possible. That's how you do Butt Clench clip. Make it consistent. That's what low percent teaches you. You can get the hitbox every time. 100%. You can even be a little early with the sword. You absolutely cannot be late with the sword. But if you do it right, land on the right frame, you can get a Stanley. Just like that. And that's how you Butt Clench cliff. Super easy. It's free. It's totally free. So as long as you jump in early, that's your safety. Hoo-wah. Yeah, so you can go death from above. Missed it. Sword was early. I'm saying that the sword was late. But I jumped on the right frame. That was late. So I jumped at the very last frame, so I had to make sure the sword was on time. There's actually more frames than you think you have to work with up here. There's like, it's like in Batman when you're on those moving blocks, you think, oh, I gotta get off that block quick, right? But you've got a lot of time. Like, there's tons of frames up there. I hope you're doing well, ZK. Thanks for the lurk. Yeah, so there's lots of frames here. Little things. Yeah, but this is like the one. Yeah, I mean, I took away many lessons from low percent, but this is one of the big ones. So, like, even if you have to grab this Nimpo, you can kind of like grab it, jump, Butt Clench. Stop it. Remind you to go to bed. What's up, Moose? Yeah, that's right here. The visual cue. I mean, this is why I always go for Butt Clench cliff. And the other thing is, you know, the logic, right? If you have to reset on this, I mean, what is it? 3 minutes? 2.5 minutes? That's not that far into the run. So I just started going for it all the time and just like mentally trying to just not be intimidated by it, right? Like if you've got confidence in your visual cue, you can get it. It's not that hard. You just have to have patience with this sword. Like it feels like a long time to wait in the air. And I think Retro goes cha to remind himself to wait to swing the sword. Kind of like Arcus, says hoo-ah to remind himself a real late jump for the bat in 4-1. They're just audio cues, but like they just fit well, like huh, chop, right? So it's just the timing of it works well. So if you like that, right? It's in coaching, it's what they call a keyword strategy, right? Like use a keyword, huh, cha, right? Who, wah. I missed the sword there. Who, wah. And that sword was late there. What's the new one? Oh yeah, jump, pop, right? So whatever. I don't say it just because I can. That's early. See, I knew it was early. I just go for the Q and then the sword. That sword is super late, but you can still get the hitbox. Because here, I won't swing the sword, and I'll try to pause it on the frame where Ryu takes the boost. See? No boost. Now, I probably don't have time to unpause it and get a Stanley. Nope, see? But that's the whole idea of Butt Clench Cliff, is you want to land before the sprite. So, like, you know, as long as you're landing on that corner, you've got tons of frames to get the sword. So you really, that's why you want to be early instead of late. If you're late, it's all over.